population and for the general public as a whole. No one knows in this classroom what is the exact name of Samrat Ashoka. Am I sure? Does anyone knows in this class what is the name of Samrat Asoka? Asoka is a title given to him. What is his name? Many of you have read this in your school days. Can you remember and tell me? Even those who might have watched the TV serial called Asoka, God should forbid us so distorted in its content. And it doesn't utter this word also. What is the real name of Asoka? His real name is Devanam Piyadasi. Devanam Piyadasi in the Pali language means the servant of the God. That is the name of Samrat Asoka. If you remember, you all have read this name in your school history book, right? Good governance very clearly talks about Asoka. Asoka is the only emperor of that period who gave the details of his administration a different kind of written format to the world. Today we get all the information about his administration, governance system and management system by the writings of Asoka. These writings are available in the form of rock edicts across 78 places in his total empire, including Afghanistan, border of Iran, Pakistan, Bangladesh and India. Second is called Pillar Edicts. In Pillar Edicts, Asoka had almost 18 pillars at his time. And from that we have taken out our national emblem of 4 lions. That is the lion capital of Asoka, and this pillar was identified at Sarnath. All these pillars have different kind of write-up edicts. Rock edicts, pillar edicts, then there are minor rock edicts at different places. The administration rules are written in Pali, Prakrit, Brahmi, Aramic languages for the entire empire to follow these rules. And everywhere it talks about violation of these rules is capital punishment. Capital punishment means the highest level of punishment. This is from where we derive all the Ashokan system of management, and today we are able to refer. This is what is this greatness of this emperor, and everywhere he signs below Devanam Piyadasi, by the order of the Devanam Piyadasi. Means I am the servant of the subjects of this empire, but he is the emperor. Corporate citizenship with loyalty. Today we talk about someone should go and every company should have a corporate citizenship. So to maintain the corporate citizenship, what we talk about, that people in India should join the companies, maintain that kind of a caliber so that they remain as part of it. And many a times you find many companies give to their employees a kind of share, equity holding. That very clearly defines, by this kind of corporate citizenship, people and their loyalty to the company increases more. Most of the Indian companies are talking about the most tough thing today is called the retention of the people or the manpower in the company. And this retention policy comes out by something when you are able to practice corporate citizenship with loyalty. Loyalty is the biggest thing that you cannot earn. By paying huge amount of salary, but you cannot get loyal people to the company. This is what is the most expensive thing in the world to get. But the thing is, at that time, Indian scholars, Indian experts, Indian business traders who could have migrated out of India never did that, stayed in India, invested through the total process. Management of life excellence. This is a new concept. For another 500 years in this world, we are not going to have management of life excellence. Today we are at good governance. We have to go to excellent governance. Then we have to go to benevolence governance. The moment we will achieve benevolence governance, we will talk about management of life excellence. Today there are the laws that as children you need to take care of your parents. There are the laws around the world. Old parents who invested their things on you to make you grow and to on, you need to take care of them at the time when they are senior citizens. That's the law. Do we really do our job? If the question comes, 50% no. 50% maybe yes. But still then if you compare that 50%, is it absolutely yes? Answer is no. Exceptionally, if it comes out to be 5% in our country like India, we do not take care of our parents 95%. In India at least we are concerned about our parents is 50%. That's why we do not have a Mother's Day or Father's Day in this country. Nowhere we have a Mother's Day and Father's Day in Indian culture and Indian country. Because at least we have a concern for our parents. We take it as a cultural duty and it's the cultural law. Still then the law protects the parents. But the vice versa, if you look at the Western world, they have Mother's Day, they have Father's Day. Honestly to speak, in this decade, the Western world, they treat their parents less than the dogs at the home. Dogs are more cared, rather the old parents are taken care. So they have a celebration of a Mother's Day and a Father's Day to get back to them to say, one day in this world everything turns out changed and here is a small gift for you. Is that the gift, the right gift to the parents? Who have put everything of their life on you, of bringing you. Is that the gift? But if you look at Western world, contagion is, we have started celebrating Mother's Day, Father's Day, and there are sale features which comes of advertisement, buy the gifts for your parents, father and mother in different days. As Indians, please do not get into this practice. Get into the practice, care for your parents every day. If you are doing that, then you have the finest system to be called that you are in the management of life excellence. Benevolent corporate governance. It talks about, do you treat a leader in this world, that is the God? Any leader of this world, do you treat him as the God? No. Answer is rightly no. Does any king of the world is treated by the people as God? Are there the temples in the name of the kings people have made after the 400 years passing away of the king, treated him as God? The answer is yes, it was only one. Can you name me who that king is and where the temple is? Ram is mythological. I am in history right at this moment. Ram I accept mythologically, Krishna mythologically. But I am in the history right at this moment which believes in the fact and identity. That king was no one, the eldest son of Emperor Asoka, King Mahendra. And the temple was built in the name, that temple, Mahendra temple in Colombo, after 400 years of the death of King Mahendra. He is treated by the public as God, and he is treated in Sri Lanka as bigger than the Lord Buddha, the state religion. This person's eldest son delivered the same thing in Sri Lanka in benevolent corporate governance. Now these are the management concepts that we know. Let's look at the period of the Mauryas. 137 years in total they ruled. 3 great rulers, 25 years, 25 years, 24 years, 25 years, 36 years. One turned a great ruler, rest of the, if you look at, are not so great. And in this top 3 leaders, if you ask me the religion of these 3, Chandragupta Maurya was a Jain, Bindusar was a Hindu, and Asoka turned a Buddhist. These then 3 religions of that time in India were adopted by these 3 emperors. And these 3 emperors have done wonderful things in respect to the religion and religious generosity of construction of religious learning centers, not temples. This is the period if I look in, and if I wish to show you that we have 3 great management systems in the world which are dominating. Number 1 is the American management system. Number 2 is the European management system, including all the Western European countries. Number 3 is the Japanese management system. Out of this 3 management system, if you look at the Japanese management system today in this decade is dominating the entire learning process of the world. Any company you talk about, they used to follow this Japanese system. They say that it's a foolproof system to make your company not to get into losses or lose anything in front of the consumers and the customers. These Japanese, in fact, have taken out everything from Indian system, practiced it for 1,000 years, get back to the world is taking care of it. And this world is practicing this. Either it's quality management, or it's mass production, or it's the finest quality at the lowest price ever possible, or it's the best thing to rely on a company's guarantee. And all these kind of factors were the Japanese practice or something, but revival of Oriental Indian management system as a framework is going to be the next order, where the Japanese end. Who begins from there? So after 10 years we will be saying goodbye to Japanese management system. Today we are not following anything called European management system. We are saying American management system is almost in the doldrum. The Japanese are dominating 90% in the total area of management practices. Again, this Japanese will be phased out by the companies in another 10 years. Then who will be taking care of the next generation of management practices in companies? And from where you will get the theories which are practiced, foolproof, pragmatic, to take into the companies, to take straight away into practice, saying that this is the advanced version and we are going to deliver the finest thing out of it. It's nothing but we need to revive by a renaissance to be called Oriental Indian management system and practices. Because our Indian management system at its Orient stage was not confined to the books and philosophies. They were into practice. After practice, whichever are foolproof, being taken out these 2 textbooks. So these things that we can follow. If I take an artistic view of the portrait of Asoka, somebody looks like this. Quite a handsome man. Yes, he is handsome. Now let's look at what I am talking to this class for so many hours in the last year also, this year. Many of you have the impressions that I am taking out the information from the history, delivering in front of you in the form of management practices. Okay, that's great. I accept at large that kind of a practice. But let's look at a research methodology that is used to get this Indian management system in front of you to understand in this module of Foundations of Indian Culture. Largely it is qualitative analysis, conceptualization of Oriental history to modern management frameworks have been done, critical analysis of conversion to techniques have been done, research outcomes established through argument technique and quality control mechanism for acceptance of research foundation. Now argument techniques. We all do arguments, right? Within friends, within family, within brothers and sisters. Finally, what happens? That at point of a time, that argument gets over. Whosoever wins the argument rightly is accepted by both the parties. We accept, okay, by argument, this is what is established, let's accept it. This kind of argument practice is very old Indian practice. In a science, if we do any research in physics or chemistry, it remains valid throughout the time. But on human beings, the moment we do research, the statement of the human beings fluctuate with the change of time. But when this behavior of human beings fluctuate, they are not subject to laboratory conditions of testing. But the thing is, if you are using a technique called argument technique, that means anything on human behavioral side, if you are doing a research, that remains true even after 1,000 years. Unbelievable, isn't it? In India, some of these research which were 2,300 years old by argument techniques are still valid till date. All the Western scholars have already attempted to say that one point of Indian research is invalid and half failed. These are the three